Welcome to Rap in Order, the interrogation of a hip-hop album, where we take some of the culture's most beloved hip-hop albums, put them on the stand, see if they stood the test of time. Now let's see who we got on the stand today.
Order in the court!
Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm First Class Regg.
I'm Taurian B.
Today we're joined by the almighty Quincy himself.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man? Good to have you here.
It's great to be here. My guys talking about another Queens rapper.
Yeah, I mean, you don't miss a Queens episode. That's like your thing. Anytime we want to get him here, it got to be a Queens rapper.
Yeah, I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even do the math.
Yeah, he will text me like, "Yo, what time you getting there?" Like if it's Queens, he's here.
I didn't even do the knowledge on that.
Mm-hmm. The knowledge. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you did. I see what you did.
Yeah.
I know. So I know you went to Art Basel. How was that?
Art Basel was awesome, man. We got to see a lot of great artists. Got to see a live Rick Ross performance.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would recommend going. It's a great experience.
You like Ross as a performer?
Yeah, his music carries the performance.
That's
The hits are so crazy. Like, he has such a great catalog that, he don't gotta do much.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
true.
Jay-Z. He's like, he's like, he just get up there and start dropping songs.
It's hard to believe that Ross is as seasoned as he is. Like back in when did we first hear Ross? 06?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And he's still out here. But how was your weekend?
The weekend was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, listeners, I let y'all down. I did something and I forgot to do it. So, on the last episode, I didn't tell you guys about my trip to LA.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, I wanted to talk about that, right? So, I went to Camp Flogno with my youngest brother, Thomas. He's a huge Tyler Creator fan. He loves Uzi, but Lil Yachty is like who is the end all be all for this kid. Like, and I didn't know that I'm the one that put him on to Tyler Creator and Yachty.
Okay.
I didn't know that, like, cause like I just be in the car fucking around when he's with me, but apparently I played Smuckers for him. He told me, and he said that I was listening for the Wayne verse, but he said that he heard Tyler rap.
Excellent Wayne verse.
And he realized that Tyler was the same guy from Loiter Squad because he saw Loiter Squad, and that made him dive into Tyler. And then he said with Yachty, he said that I was listening to Minnesota one day just randomly, and he said that he liked the hook, and he said that he dived into Yachty, learned that Yachty from Georgia, and like did the whole math and like did all his research and shit. So,
Ain't that crazy? You never really know.
Yeah, how you influence somebody.
Yeah.
But so like we went out there and like it was a surprise for him. So like I picked him up at the airport, and he's like all like bright-eyed and happy, so that was cool.
I'm surprised you didn't get that on tape, on film or anything.
I was tired.
You didn't record it? Okay.
Nah, seriously, like when I tell you, like, because I had worked like all that week to make sure I was off that
and then
weekend.
You went straight over there.
And I went straight over there. Like, I was exhausted, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, I didn't even think about, like, actually, this trip, like, I got pictures and footage and shit like that, but, like, I was so exhausted because there's so much walking, there's lines everywhere. Like, we got there, and, like, Tyler Creator merch, like, is, like, gold, apparently. Yeah. The line, like, the line for his merch never stopped. It never ended. The line never went down. For 2 days, kids was just online buying his merch, whatever he had
on his home turf.
Yeah,
and it's his festival,
right?
So I can imagine.
But the food vendors that they had there were really good. I had my first Impossible Burger.
Oh, I love Impossible Burgers.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
What you think?
You want to know what's funny? I didn't know that I was eating an Impossible Burger. I just wanted a burger, and I was like, all right, everybody's on this line. This the symbol for the food is like a little puppy. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, like let's do it. And I was like, yo, can I get bacon on that? And they were like, we don't do that here. And I was like, y'all Muslims?
This nigga is a savage.
And they were like, no, like we're Impossible Burgers. And I was like,
bacon on an Impossible Burger will probably go crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had like a really, really good experience with the food. The lines were just long. I realized that like Ice Spice is fucking her.
Mm-hmm.
Like nah, like she is that girl. Ice Spice is that girl, bro. Like Ice Spice has. I didn't realize that like her live performance. I'm not gonna say she gave the greatest live performance because the fans just go crazy whenever she turns around and shakes her ass.
Yeah.
But like the way she had the control over the fans was nuts to me. Pink Panthers, I didn't enjoy her live, unfortunately. SZA did a great job. Sid did a great job.
Damn.
I saw Damo Genesis perform, and then I got to see my man's Remy Banks like come out and do like a feature performance.
Oh, that's
Shout out to Remy. That's
Shout out
dope.
to Remy Banks.
Obviously, I saw the Hellbillies, so Kendrick and Baby Keem. I guess whatever they got coming, they have a project coming called the Hellbillies. And
Yeah, I know they call thalled that, but they
Yeah.
actually making a project together.
I believe so. That because Keem has a whole like he has like a short movie coming out, a film.
It's
coming
out, yeah. It's called Melodic Blue.
Melodic Blue,
It's on
okay.
Prime
Based off his
Video.
last album.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on Prime Video.
And also Yachty brought out Offset. That was very cool.
Oh, cool.
And Offset performed songs from the new album,
Mhm.
and that was very
Do
cool.
you have a glove?
I couldn't tell. I ain't gonna lie, yo. That's another thing. We was like, oh, we're gonna be smart and get there early so we can see the artist, bro. We get there and like people kept closing in on us, and I was like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, nah.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not built like this.
I'm not built like
we used
this.
to really
Yeah.
be in the pits
And
with all of
it's
these
funny
people.
because like Thomas, this was his first time, and Thomas was like, "We can't," and I
He
was
wants
like,
to be in
"No,
there.
yeah." I was like, "Nah,
Yeah.
bro, we can't. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
My brother's 16, so he's ready.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. But what I also thought was dope was that every single artist, like if like a fan passed out or something happened, like fans would like wave their lights, and like artists would like, "Yo, stop, make sure that person's good." Like, and Tyler Creator made like a joke about it. He was like, "I don't want to get sued. Y'all not suing me.
Yeah.
Stop this shit and get that person.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you got to do." Like, he was like, "Nah, I'm not with it." Everybody did the same thing. They was like, "Yo, is that person okay? You know, please, like, everybody, like, let's be careful. Like, please, like." And I was like, "Damn, look at Travis Scott changing
I was
the
just about to say,
fucking
niggas
world."
definitely learn from that Travis shit.
Yeah, man. That was pretty interesting. And then my other thing that I wanted to make sure that I said. So we did like we listed off our favorite albums of 2023, and I did not talk about Offset Set It Off.
Yeah.
That album is really fucking good. That album is so good it made Cardi B break up with him.
Yeah, she was like, yo, this nigga feeling this up.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm like, I know that sounds funny saying it, but like I really mean that. Like that album is so hot and so good. That nigga bought Michael Jackson's wardrobe and really started walking around like he was bad.
And she's like, you feeling yourself, nigga? Yeah, man, that shit.
I ain't
hurt
gonna
to
lie,
hear.
bro. If I got Michael Jackson's wardrobe, I probably would fuck up my relationship too. Like what, bitch? I don't know, man.
I'm gonna lie, just to add to the what you guys discussed before, best album of the year. I just want to throw in that Joey Badass 2000. I don't know if y'all know about it. That's
Damn,
my
was that
favorite
top
album.
of the year?
I believe so.
That's why, man. Them albums that be coming out like January, February and shit.
It's always unfortunate for
I mean,
those projects.
you're absolutely right though. That was a really good album.
It's always unfortunate.
Oh,
for
no,
those
it wasn't-
projects.
That was last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was
June?
last year.
Oh, okay.
July.
Well, I got a lot
2000.
of play for me this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that and then we just got the Nicki project, Pink Friday 2. Did you guys listen?
I heard a few tracks. So I did go into it like, all right, let me just see if she's kind of trying to cash in on like the earlier fans and what is this? Where's the significance with this name, right?
Mhm.
And I think she did a good combo of like kind of bringing in new fans with like the old fans, where like you got some pop hits on here and then you got some rapping on here. I think it was good service in that way, but I don't know if I would ever go back to this again.
I agree.
Yeah,
Too much singing.
100%.
it's a lot of singing. It starts off with a Billie Eilish sample.
Yeah, it's too much singing for me. One and two, like I feel. No, I'm not gonna say identically the same way, but the way I feel about like Drake, I just want to hear Drake rap. I'm good on all the other stuff. With Nicki, I'm kind of good on that too. I understand she has to do it, and I also put my foot in my mouth because like I took one sibling to Camp Flog. No, I'll take another sibling to see Travis Scott next week. So my baby sister requested to go see Nicki Minaj, so I have to go to the fucking Paint Print tour.
Yeah,
And I have to deal with that, and because I'm a barber, so I got to deal with that. I gotta go. my little sister. So I got to sit through that.
Yeah, no, like I don't know if Nicki's complete bodies of work are for me. I do love when she raps. I love her features, but I don't know. I mean, and this album was really long album.
Yeah, it is. That and Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign album got pushed back.
I mean,
listen,
who didn't see that?
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming.
Well, you know what? I had a glimmer of hope because it went up on Apple Music.
Like
and
I think
the date and it had all the tracks.
I think Kanye was very arrogant and just was like, I mean, like I allowed Nicki to make Monster. Of course you're gonna clear it. Yeah. Ty Dolla $ign was probably like, yo, I really think you should.
That's why I think you should.
Is that the only one? Isn't the Backstreet Boys one?
So the Backstreet Boys one, but what people don't know is that the Backstreet Boys don't own that, so it's not them. It's a management company. Ron Perlman is dead, so it's not Ron Perlman. But so like
it's
basically
probably somebody who's not fond of Kanye West.
Somebody said that it's probably a Jewish person that owns it. So I still think they're gonna be able to get it because Charlie Wilson singing "Everybody" is fucking amazing. I'm sorry, bro, but I think he's gonna fit. I think I'll be honest with you. I know Rez. Well, no, I'm not even gonna say no, Rez thinks I am. I'm a Kanye apologist, but I really think he's pretending, y'all.
Pretending what?
I think that like a lot of his shit that he does is like performative. There's a real like I'll be honest with you, like seeing Cudi like embrace him again. I feel like he just was like, yo, bro, you know what I'm doing this. Come on, man. Like something.
It definitely comes off as performative.
The way people forgive him, the way that he be like crossing boundaries and shit like that. Like I'm sorry, like I don't care how talented you are. Like people forgive him, bro. And like be good.
You don't think money talks?
I feel like there's money out. Like I feel like as far as like Cudi and Big Sean, like there's money out there for them everywhere. Big Sean made more money with other people than Kanye. Kanye made him famous, but Kanye ain't make him rich. Mm-hmm. Cudi, I feel like Cudi's fine without Kanye. Like Cudi and Big Sean, I would say like of most artists don't need Kanye West. Like they actually benefited, they actually succeeded in spite of Kanye. They put out some of their best bodies of work, like without him being a part of it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, and like that for me to say that, like that tells you a lot of what I think. Like I don't think they have there's just like relationship and respect, but they have no skin in the game to be around Kanye or whatever like that. Like, so I just I don't think so. I think that there's a reason why like certain people like just like hold space for Kanye. Like somebody like Common who doesn't say a word. Like I think like certain people get it, and then certain people are just like, no, I cannot stand. Like no, I cannot stand next to you. Like I don't care if you're pandering or like you're doing this for show or or this the rhyme to your reason. Like Pusha T's like that. Pusha T's like, nah, enough's enough. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm good. But like like he just does a lot of shit where I'm just like. There's no seem like it don't seem as like authentic. It seems like he's playing the character of Kanye that he's created in the media.
And he's done this exact thing his whole career. It's just now he's like doing these topics that are just like not talked about or not acceptable. Because before it was like things that we could relate to. It's like, oh yeah, Kanye. And now it's like, whoa, like you're going too far. But it's the same process.
Yeah, it's sort of the same process.
Yeah.
But if you're ready, we can get into this project. What project we doing today?
Yeah, so today we wanted to visit an album from an artist that's I don't know, like he kind of hit a second win lately. Like he's been putting out a lot of projects that have been getting a great reception. But in the early 2000s, this guy had best of mixtapes before his actual album even dropped.
Yep.
He was part of a very coveted crew named by the name of G Unit. Sold a lot of records. His debut album came out in 2004, titled Hungry for More. I think he sold over 3 or 4 million copies. Featured all his G Unit members and so forth. He had ladies loved him, And I think with this album that came out in 2010, talking about Hungry for More 2, he kind of tried to recapture some of that magic, but then also add like an updated look at things too, because it was 2010. The music landscape was a lot different, and he tried to fit in that mold, but also bring back go to the essence of like how he got famous. So Lloyd Banks, Hunger for More 2 is the album that we're covering today. Like I said, it came out in 2010. It featured, the feature list on here is more ambitious than it's ever been for a G-Unit artist outside of Game.
Yeah.
Because, you got Push on here, you got Jewels, you got Ryan Leslie, Swizz Beatz, Fab, Kanye. You got Styles P on here. That's a really big deal. That kind of gets swept under the rug because, real ones know from back then about the beef between the Lox and G-Unit. So them just having him on here or even having 50 on this I mean, not 50. Having who else? No, he had Raekwon on here. Yeah, no, this shit is stacked. Like he had a lot of people on here. Lloyd.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah. And this album was received very well when it came out. People recognized it for having a nod to his early 2000s work, but also like not relying so heavily on the metaphors and all of that shit, actually telling concise stories without them. What did you guys think of this album? I'm gonna start with Quincy. You remember when this album came out?
I definitely remember when this album came out. This album came out in my like prime club years. So some of these songs I used to like ride out to like on the way to the club, or you know what I'm saying. Like this was a good time. This album was fire. Hunger for More 1, that dropped when I was in high school. That was a classic.
Yeah.
And this is like 6 years after that came out. So we were like waiting for a Banks album and wondering what it would sound like. And I feel like he delivered.
Yeah, so what's funny about that though is that in between that time, because after Hunger for More was Rotten Apple. Rotten Apple came after that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Rotten Apple came after that, but it just wasn't that good.
Yeah.
He had some joints on there, but for the most part, it kind of just fell to the side, and it was nice to kind of see this resurgence. What do you remember about this?
The single "Beamer Benz and Bentley," and like basically he got dropped from Interscope.
Yeah,
and he was like ice cold, but he was rolling with Slow Bucks, and and it started like a whole like friendship like thing between him, Joel Santana, Meek Mill, Fab, because like these dudes like from Queens, Trav, Slow Bucks, like they're like all like really they came up under 50. They're no longer friends with 50, but like they basically like brought these rappers together because like it was something like I was like, when the fuck did Joel Santana and Lloyd Banks start hanging out? Like that was like a thing. And there was like some like super team mashup or whatever like that. So niggas was all like making music together. Yeah. And I remember like hearing Beamer Benz and Bentley, and I was like, my mom was like blown because like it never occurred to me that these two rappers could work together. Like, and I was just like, all right. So Joel's is good getting his foot in, Lloyd Banks is getting his foot in, and like I remember seeing an interview where like basically Banks was like, Interscope tried to like sign him back. Because they wanted to get the money off of Beamer Benz and Bentley, and as sponsorship was coming, he declined. Like he I think he stayed like independent or whatever like that.
I saw that interview. I think was that the one that he did with Flex?
Yeah, like like just think about that. Like a label drops you, like don't believe in you no more. But there was a lot of stuff that transpired before that was going on. But like they didn't even give him a shot. Like basically it was just like, yo, you're as good as 50 says you are. 50 says that you're nothing, so we're dropping you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like he sold 2 million records and like over 2 million records and they dropped him.
Yeah,
that's nuts to me.
Not to mention he is the 50 was the flagship artist, but when they were putting their stamp in the game, like Banks was the one. He was the guy Banks that got the kids excited.
Right? Yeah, I agree. Banks was who was supposed to like be the one to like carry the flag. Like I think I don't know when I say that Banks is the most talented out of G Unit, it's hard for me to say that because like 50 is a better songwriter.
He is.
But I think that like Banks is more talented in the fact that like how he can rap, like what he can rap about, and like how he can rap in the way that his wordplay, and he has like a voice. Yes, he has a better rap voice too, right? Am I bugging for saying that than 50?
I don't think so.
50 has like a distinct rap voice, but I think Banks, like his rap voice just. He sounds like that nigga was born to be a rapper. Like this, LeBron was born to play basketball. Banks was born to rap.
Facts.
But yeah, like that's what I take. Like when Beamer Benz and Bentley came out, like it was like every time I went somewhere, I just heard it playing. Like, and I was working in Soho at that time. Like you would hear it in Soho, and I remember when Joel Ortiz remade it, Honda, Nissan, Chevy,
Yeah.
the broke nigga version. And I remember he came into the Levi's store, and Joel Ortiz. He came to the Levi's store. He was shopping, and this was before you got there, Reg.
Mm-hmm.
Had to be. And he came in and shopping, and everybody came up to him and was talking to him about it, like it was cool, like it was a moment. But like, yeah, I just remember, like, I heard Beamer Benz and Bentley once a day for at least like a good 4 months.
And then it got extra legs because Eminem rapped on it.
Yeah.
So that was a big time.
Yeah,
Eminem rapped on that shit.
Interscope was sick.
Yeah, and Banks, he knew the ball was in his court, and he was having the most fun with that shit because all his interviews around that time was like, "Yo, I'm just waiting for these checks. You know, I got a check that was amazing, and it's coming straight to me. I ain't got to split it with nothing. Like, I ain't got to go to no labels, nothing." I just remember him being really happy around that time and with this process. Even like the making of this album. I mean, and when you look at it, you know, damn, Beamer Benz and Bentley debuted like in February, and the album didn't come out till November of that year. So, and that goes to show like the contrast between now and then, right? Because now, like, a single come out and it's like, yeah, my album's coming out next week. But they actually worked this single like the whole year.
I really be honest with you, like, I don't like streaming.
Yeah.
It's hard to gauge shit. I really, really actually like. I wish it would just go back to like iTunes, like downloads. Like, all right, you gotta like purchase this on iTunes or some shit like that. Streaming blows mine. I don't like it. I don't like the access to it. I actually don't like the freedom that streaming gives you.
Yeah, it feels
I know
like,
that sounds crazy, but I rather.
It's like legal bootlegging.
Yeah, that's all it is. I bring it back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know any other way to explain myself, but I don't like it.
Especially when I'm downloading shit from an artist that I really want to support, and I don't feel like I'm doing that.
Right? Yeah. Like, I don't feel like I should have to be a maniac and like listen to a full album 1,500 times so it could be equal or buy. That's crazy.
You gotta go to the show or get the merch. That's really the best way.
That's true.
But that's sad.
Yeah.
The actual music doesn't have the value.
Yeah, the music doesn't have a value. It's crazy.
And when you take somebody like Banks not putting out merch.
That's true.
He's not about
to.
He's not about to put out merch. You know.
If Banks, you wanna know what's crazy? Back then, if they would have been selling those Slow Bucks T-shirts, Banks would have went platinum. Like, I felt like that was like a
Beamer Benz and Bentley collab.
Yeah, that was like Slow Bucks went platinum and all that. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So this album kicks off very similar to the first Hunger for More. It kicks off with a Tony Yayo feature. I remember the first Hunger for More kicked off with Ain't No Click, which was my shit. Man. And that's when Yayo was fresh out. That's when he had just got out. And this was his feature.
He
that
might have went back in after that.
I think, did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
so.
because he choked out. He choked out Jimmy Henchman's son. When he went to jail the first time, he violated probation, and then he got out, and then he went back in because he choked out Jimmy Henchman's son.
Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, so this kind of tries to recapture that feeling. Take Him to War. Features Tony Yayo. Is produced by Cardiac. It's a solid effort, but I can't help but compare it to Ain't No Click, and it doesn't measure up to that.
It doesn't measure up, but it shows that like they should have put out a joint album. Their chemistry was amazing.
Oh,
I think that Yayo's debut album should have been like on some Only Built for Cuban Link shit. Like, it should have been featuring Lloyd Banks.
Was Banks even on it? Oh yeah, he was on I Know You Don't Love Me.
Yeah. Yayo's album was the beginning of the downfall of G Unit.
It
was like the first
smash hits on it though.
Yeah, but no, it was the first one that they released that didn't go platinum. Like, it went.
There was a reason for that though. I believe like it had something to do with the promotion for the project. Like they talked about that because like the song was #1 in New York City. But there was something that like went wrong. Yayo actually talks about it with DJ Vlad. Like, he said that something like there was like a misstep that they did. Like, they didn't capitalize on something. But I don't agree. I think that the fall of G Unit was the game beefing with 50 Cent. Like, it just showed that he was chinking their armor, and then 50 Cent started focusing on other things. Like, and it just ruined things. And 50 just doesn't give a fuck enough to like, be diplomatic about shit, and it just showed turmoil.
Yeah, I felt like it was Curtis.
Yeah. I think when he challenged Kanye West and everything like that, like it kind of just like it let the curtain back too much because like saying I'm going to retire and I think like if he just would let the project come out and just do it, I think it would have actually been better than challenging Kanye. Yeah, of course it did. Yeah.
Curtis.
Oh, Curtis.
It
Yeah.
wasn't.
But Curtis
quality.
wasn't till 07.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was before Curtis. It was definitely took for me him and Games beef like that. Like so, what was that? 05?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it was definitely him and Games beef that like basically ended G Unit. It didn't end 50. 50 Curtis ended 50, but I think G Unit like as a team like that like it was a wrap because Game just like wouldn't stop and it just like made shit look weird. Like it made it look like there was no unity because we really like I mean well we know Banks, Yayo, and 50 like were all from Southside Jamaica, Queens, and we know that they got Buck, you know, in Tennessee, and like 50 was on tour with Juvenile and told Buck he was gonna come back and get him. We know that story, so we believe the fact that they was like a family, and then they insert Game, and basically like he, you know, it was a chink in their armor. If I was 50, like I get it, like you know he made money, but I bet if 50 could go back in time, he wouldn't have had him affiliated with G Unit. It didn't help. It hurt them more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was better off trying to make Spider Loc blow up or some shit.
Yeah, whatever happened to Spider Loc?
I don't know, man.
He was, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, so it kicks off with that. But it does lead into Unexplainable with Styles P, which I think this song should have been a bigger deal than it was.
That song disappointed the fuck out of me.
You think so?
Yeah. Because it's the ghost and the punchline king, man. Like PLK.
Yeah.
Like I just thought like it would have it was weird because it's like they're both used to rapping with other talented rappers. So like that's why I'm like, did they do it? Were they in the studio together for this? Like it seemed like a verse got sent over.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. I wonder because I wonder how this process for this album went. Because Beamer Benz barely took off. Was Hunger for More 2 already announced, or did the song take off? And then he was like, I'm going to put the album together.
He was Banks always at that time. Banks was always working on music,
right?
And Beamer Benz and Bentley blew up,
right?
And then the album, he got ready to put the album. Yeah.
So I feel like he was just like, I see what he was trying to do here. He was like, yo, G Unit, I'm gonna go get somebody from D Block. I'm gonna get somebody from Murder Inc. I'm gonna get somebody from Dipset. I'm gonna get from Desert Storm, Fab.
I got this Kanye co-sign.
Everything, yeah.
From Good Friday, I'm gonna throw it on the album.
Exactly. So he wanted Styles P on the joint, and they probably didn't work together on it. It probably was sent over. So it was cool, but it wasn't what I would expect from Banks. And,
I was highly disappointed.
Yeah. What about the 50 and Banks track? P's and Q's. The Payback joint.
On Payback, G Unit's just better together. Like it's so funny to me that like it's like when I watch like old shit with like whenever they would like do a tribute to Michael Jackson and Jackson 5, like Mike hated his brothers, but like anytime they performed together, like that shit was like breathing. Like it seemed like Mike was more comfortable on the stage with his brothers than he was by himself and shit like that. When 50 Banks and Yayo are together, like even like when they reunited and Buck is there, like they know like they everything is seamless. They're fine, like you know what I'm saying. Like they know how to move a crowd together, all of that shit. It's just that like 50's a fucking tyrant.
Yeah. That's really what it just comes down to. But at the same time, a lot of 50's complaints about Banks, I could see why he will bump heads with them.
I just think
that from his perspective, because he wrote it in his book too. I think you read it.
Yeah, I read it. Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, from his perspective, it's just like Banks was lazy. He gave him everything that he needed, and he didn't capitalize off of the look and the name. Yeah,
but like my thing is 50, the way 50 grew up and the way Banks grew up was two completely different things. So I think that how 50 feels towards Banks or towards certain people, sometimes like people have to like read the room. Banks didn't grow up like how he did. 50 grew up literally with no parents. Banks grew up in a household with both his parents, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's things that he probably had. So yeah, he might not be as hungry as you are or disciplined as you are, whatever like that. Like, okay, so Learn how to coach your star player. Like that's no different than sports. Like when you got certain athletes, like how, like okay, so figure out how to get them motivated. Just because you only have one way of motivating your star player, if he doesn't get motivated in that one way, you're not gonna. You're like, well, you know what? I'm gonna cut my nose and spite my face, and I'm gonna shun out my star player.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
go pick up Uncle Murder.
That's
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a mature way to look at it. But at the same time, in that stance, like when you in it, it's just like, yo, I'm giving this nigga everything he needs, right? And I'm helping him write the hooks on this fucking album, and I'm crafting hit records. Like, this is what we doing. And in that time frame, I can imagine it'd be hard for him to step back and be like, yo, yeah, we didn't grow up the same, so I understand.
No, you're right. I'm just saying, like, 50's a smart dude. He understands everything the fuck else.
50 also said that he had an issue with like the jean and clothing.
Yeah,
stuff.
that I understand.
Yeah,
that I understand. Like
they coming through.
Yeah, like Louis. They was wearing like Louis Vuitton and like Gucci and shit like that. He's like, yo, like we literally have a brand that we need to promote. We need y'all to promote things, and this is like what y'all are doing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand.
I get that. That makes sense. But I guess their issues are more deeper rooted than we can imagine. Probably.
Yeah, of course. They all know each other. Like,
yeah.
I could absolutely like imagine.
They grew up together.
Yeah, they grew up together. Like, I definitely get that, and I think you could tell like basically Yayo basically just falls in line with 50, and like that's why him and 50 they work and everything like comes together. Like, I can't speak of a situation where I think like where I think 50 like felt like he was an equal, like someone was his equal. Eminem.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
and he has the utmost respect.
Because Eminem like got him like, you know what I'm saying, like out of his situation.
So he'll never talk back on him.
Eminem's the only person that like I feel like he kind of like, you know.
What are some of you guys' other standouts on this project?
My favorite record on this album is Father Time. Father Time is fire. We used to listen to that on the way to this spot in Long Island City that we used to party at. Man, that song was awesome. Who produced this song?
Father Time was produced by G Sparks.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but you did a great job, G.
Great job, G.
For me, it's Sooner or Later with Raekwon. Any Girl, So Forgettable, Home Sweet Home with Pusha T, Payback with 50 Cent. We just talked about that. Of course, started up Beamer, Benz, and Bentley, and Take 'Em to War with Yayo. Those are my favorite standouts.
On the re-listen to this album, I'm like, damn, he really only got 2 songs on here by himself. It's kind of crazy to me.
He was working like he was in a space where like he was just like in the studio a lot. So you gotta think he probably crossed paths with a lot of artists. Was like, yo, like give me a verse, I'll give you a verse, or give me a hook, I'll get something.
Yeah, the joint with Lloyd, there was an earlier version of it that I liked more that didn't have Lloyd on it, and I think it was just incomplete, and it was before he sent it to him for the hook. But I really like that one because I feel like Lloyd sounds good on it, but it doesn't sound balanced. It doesn't sound like he's supposed to be on this song.
Was beefing with Murder Inc.
Right?
He wasn't messing with them.
Okay. And I think, because didn't Irv reference this?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he did.
He referenced this song. He was like, "I'll turn the TV on. I see him dancing in their video. I see him in their video."
Yeah.
I Don't Deserve You was dope too to me. That was a single as well.
Oh, with Jeremiah, man. Yeah. Produced by Justice League. Yeah. That was a good one too. So Forgetful with Ryan Leslie. It's such a Ryan Leslie song.
All his beats sound.
They sound like
a
Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
Like,
You want to know what is crazy though? I always had it in my mind that Ryan Leslie and Fabulous would do an album together, and it would be like the best thing ever.
I feel like that was their plan.
Yeah.
Every time they would work together,
Fabulous,
R-Less for Prez.
Yeah. I just thought it was gonna happen. Shit, he could have actually did an album with Banks as well. Like I think like it just certain art like those artists like those artists that like we say like are like the meme rappers and stuff like that. Like Ryan Leslie works great with those guys.
Yeah, he
He
does.
works great with them.
Ryan
And
Leslie
now that Cassie is free, we about to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, he actually. Did you see what he said that
He
he's
hinted
gonna
at something,
put
right?
her? Yeah, she's going on tour or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy, yo. I ain't gonna lie. That he really got love for that girl.
Fact, because
Yeah.
it couldn't be me.
It could be you, Q.
Yeah.
I
I also don't
Stay over there with
know.
him, man.
I also don't know. I really wholeheartedly don't know anybody that heard Cassie's first album.
Nah.
I didn't know. I thought it was just me and you came out. I didn't even know the album came out.
Yeah, Cassie had an album and it had Long Way to Go on it, and it had Me and You.
I remember that.
Oh
But
yes,
I
I
don't
do
know
remember.
anybody
Long Way to
that
Go.
heard the whole first album.
I don't think she has either.
And it's kind of bold to say, yeah, I'm going on a tour. Like what?
I mean, but you know, Ryan Leslie has a lot going on, like with that app that he uses and stuff like that. For his
Oh, the
music,
Superphone.
Yeah, the Superphone and all
Yeah.
of that stuff. So,
Okay.
I mean, we'll see how it plays out.
mm-hmm.
What are your dislikes on this album?
I feel bad because some of the songs I said I really like. I don't like. I Don't Deserve You. For me, On the Double, Celebrity, Father Time, Unexplainable.
Hate Celebrity. Yo, a lot of Akon shit ages terribly.
Yeah, bro, like his fucking hairline.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Akon joint On the Double. I never liked that song. I'm not a fan of the one with Lloyd.
Yeah, that it just doesn't sound balanced to me. It's so off. He's not supposed to be on that song.
Nah.
Those are only two for you?
Yeah. Everything else I enjoy.
Mm-hmm. How do you think out of the first one and this one, you obviously feel like the first one takes it?
The first one is definitely better. The first one to me personally, I think Hunger for More is almost perfect. There's like one song I don't like. I like every song on the album. Some great, some good. There's one that's like I don't need that song, but for me that album is damn near. But it's not gonna live up to that. But this is a good album in his catalog. This is the other one that is like, all right, Banks catalog. You got these two albums. I would play these two albums for somebody that wants to be introduced to Lloyd Banks.
I forgot the reason why Rotten Apple sucked was because The Big Withdrawal got leaked.
Oh, with that girl.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Right.
With the iPad. I
Yeah.
mean, no, what he left a
He
CD.
left like a CD.
Yeah.
In her car.
Yeah. And I thought was it her car or the hotel, something like that. Yeah, but that got leaked, and that's why Rotten Apple sucked.
Damn, Blue Hef.
Yeah, and I think that's what started his beef with 50, because 50 was like, "Yo, you let some bitches keep you slipping, catch you slipping, motherfucker." Like that's what I forgot. I wrote that in my note all the way at the end. I'm like, why the fuck did I put that at the beginning? Like, why did I put that at the end of the notes? But
I
yeah,
remember that happening.
Oh yeah, it resurfaced, fully remastered too.
I gotta listen to that.
Uh,
I wonder what's on
it
there.
Wow.
resurfaced 4 years ago.
oh shit, I'm gonna check it out.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, you know, I enjoy this album, and I think because it takes me back to something like how Q said, like, you know, like it was his like club days and shit like that. At that time, I was going out sparingly. I wasn't in the club every night at that time, but like this, I just remember like that summer. Because Started Up was fucking everywhere. Beamer Benz and Bentley was everywhere. Like, so it was just like you just heard it, and I was like outside, like on the west side of Harlem a lot. Like I'm an east side guy, but I was on the west side a lot, ladies and gentlemen, like a lot. And there was like a lot of fun activities happening while these songs were played, so it brings back nostalgic memories.
Yeah, I can get that. I just don't think some doesn't. Well, let's get to our ratings. That's what I want to get to.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who gonna go first?
Why don't you kick us off?
Damn, it's a lot of pressure. I'm going 3.5.
Okay.
That's not bad.
3.5 waffles. I really enjoy the heights of this album.
Mm-hmm.
It has lows, but the heights are good enough for me to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely brings back good memories.
All right, what about you?
It's a middle of the road album for me, so I give it 3 waffles. 3 waffles out of 5. I give it 3 waffles out of 5 because the highs were really high, but the lows were kind of like very low, and I think that it kind of like obviously like I think Banks kind of needed 50 along the ride more to help him, even though like he gave us like some like really good hits. I think 50 probably could have helped him take it to the next level, and because like they kind of like were like on the outs a bit, it kind of hindered him. And then like this like songs that like he tried to like do like completely on his own just didn't work for me on this project, and I wasn't sold. I wasn't all the way in on this project. Like if somebody said, "Yo, I need a Lloyd Banks project," I would actually give him his more current projects and the Hunger for More Part 1, Hunger for More Part 2. Like I was just in the mixtape. I'm like. He has like a good amount of songs off of here that work, but like body of work, like I don't think it shows who he is. Even though like I'm really glad that this project kind of like got him back in like good standing, and like basically proved that the sophomore slump wasn't a real thing for him. I'm glad that happened.
I'll give it a 2.5.
Woo! God damn! I thought my rating was bad.
Yeah, no, I give it a 2.5 because this album doesn't do anything to extend Banks' legacy. It's not an essential album in his catalog.
Shit.
Hunger for More, his later stuff, Halloween Havoc, really do that and show his growth as a rapper. I think this tries to capitalize on the moment of the 2010s.
Regg is not a hard
when you have an album like this that just capitalizes on the moment and the moment pass, doesn't make it fun to revisit.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
I think I want to take a waffle away. Regg convinced me.
You want to make it 2.5 waffles?
But that's no knock on Banks. Love Banks, love what he's contributed. Solid MC, of course. But yeah, that's my rating. But I do recommend that you guys give it a listen because what we say is not always law. Argue with us. Let us know what you think.
Speak for yourself.
Let us know what you think. I'm First Class Regg.
And I'm Taurian B.
We're out of here, guys.
Catch you guys next time. Dun